Hello and welcome to another CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I am your host tonight, Nick Quaglia, sitting with Marv, Ezhan. All right, guys, so one of the biggest and most hot topics of the Patriots world this week is tight end Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski has missed his third of the past 4 games, missed this week's game, this past Sunday's game against the Tennessee Titans with back and ankle injuries. So, the conversation has been all year, why is Gronk looking so slow? He's had 1 touchdown catch this entire season and only 2 games this year where he's eclipsed 80 yards. So that kind of begs the question, is this the last that we've seen of primetime Rob Gronkowski? Are these back and ankle injuries going to hobble him, especially back, because you have to talk about the back. Are these back injuries going to hobble him for the remainder of his career? Marv, what do you think? Is this the last that we've seen of primetime Rob Gronkowski?
I think Rob Gronkowski can still give you prime time games, but it's going to be tough to give you a prime time season. Meaning, like you said, he's only given us 1 touchdown this season. That was the first game, and he looked marvelous. He looked like old Gronk out there. And then slowly, maturely, he started to slow down. And what was concerning is the targets weren't there anymore for Brady. That's Brady's #1 target, whether Edelman's on the floor or not. And he just was not getting them anymore. Maybe he'll get 3 to 4 targets a game and only catch 2. And that's what you're getting from Rob Gronkowski, which is an average tight end. But I still believe because of his physicality, because of knowing the system, he can still give you nights where he can get you 6, 7 receptions, 80+ yards and a touchdown. I'm not too worried about that. And you could get that from any tight end. You'll be happy with that. Rob Gronkowski as the all-pro #1 leading touchdown reception, that might be over.
See, primetime Rob Gronkowski, I'm kind of with you here. Primetime Rob Gronkowski, I don't think is ever going to be back year long, at least, but he's so big and he's so physical and he's so talented that you're going to get primetime Gronk in games here and there. But man, back injuries are bad. And we know he's had 6 back surgeries so far through college and through the pros.
Yep.
And now that his back is acting up again, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all, because once that starts acting up and flaring up, that might be something that you have to look at for the entire season. I mean, the guy has had back issues all through college, all through the pros, and I want to say even through high school. I mean, don't hold me to that, but I want to say even through high school. Back injuries are no joke. And the one game that he has played over the past 4 weeks against Buffalo, he looked so stiff standing up. He looked like he was just a wood plank getting up off the ground. The guy's back is clearly not right. That worries me for not only for this season, but for years to come. And so I guess that also kind of leads me into my next question, Marv. How many more years do you see left of Rob Gronkowski with the New England Patriots? And whatever you're about to say, go ahead and say it.
All right, so it kind of ties into your question. Let's not forget the huge storyline going into this offseason. You know, we found out that Gronk was about to get traded. What do Patriots do the best? They get rid of their star right before the decline, before no one sees it happening. When Gronk was going to get, if Gronk was going to be traded, we would have bashed Belichick. What is he doing? Gronk,
people would have lost their minds.
Oh, we would have went crazy. But if he was having this type of season, later on, in hindsight, like, wow, Belichick once again is a genius. He got rid of Gronk on the decline. So he didn't get rid of Gronk. Gronk's hobbled. He already had thoughts of, retiring. I would not be surprised if this is Gronkowski's last year. We saw a couple weeks ago when Brady and Gronk embraced each other after a win and said, we're going to be doing this forever. I didn't hear Gronk say that back.
Brady might know. Brady might know that Gronk's thinking about it.
Yeah, I didn't hear Gronk say, yeah, man, forever. That was more of a Brady thing. He's trying to play to 45, not Rob Gronkowski. So I'd say he could retire after this year, but I'd give him 1 more year max.
We've heard Gronk talk about it a couple of times. We've heard the rumors that Gronk might retire. He could retire now. He's 29 years old, which is young, but I mean, we've talked about it since he's been in the league at 2010. We've talked about it every year. The way this guy plays, he's going to have a short-lived career. And it's not only the way that he plays, it's the way that other people play him. Because he's so big, you have to go after the knees. You have to get him down whatever way you can. And it's whatever way you can. You got to take him down, whether or not that's going to hurt his legs, going to hurt his back, or even his head like we saw last year in the AFC Championship game. I'm with you. I'm with you. I think this could be his last year, and if not, I think he will try to play again next season. But if something else gets in the way, I think that would be his last year. I think next year is Rob Gronkowski's last year. It's his age 30 season, and he's even talked about it this year. He said this year there's been a ton of obstacles in his way, and it's got to frustrate him. He's got an incentives-based deal again, and he's not going to hit those deals. He's not going to hit those deals at all. I said it earlier, he's got 1 touchdown. It was the first game of the year. When he's even been in there, he looks slower. He doesn't look like the same Gronk. He's not dominating the game like he used to. I mean, what else can you really say about Gronk? You want him with the Patriots, and Marv, you're right. If he went to the Lions, if Bill Belichick traded him to the Lions, we would have bashed Belichick. We would have destroyed him because that's another weapon gone. But maybe Belichick was onto something. You have any last thoughts?
It's concerning because we don't know the extent to this injury. We've never known the extent to any Rob Gronkowski injuries, to the point that they have his parents coming out, giving out messages about injuries. So this is something to monitor going into the bye week. If Gronk doesn't play week 12, then the alarm should start ringing in New England.
Here's the thing with back injuries. No matter who it is, not even Gronk. If it's anybody, a back injury is scary. The fact that it's Gronk and he's had all of these surgeries already, and you're playing a full contact sport like football, then that should terrify you. And I don't think he'll be out for the rest of the year, but it's definitely something you have to pay attention to, because if anything else goes wrong with his back, it's career over. We've said it since he had that last surgery. If anything else goes wrong with that back, it is career over.
And let's not kid ourselves. This guy's accomplished everything you can accomplish as a tight end.
He's a Hall of Famer. Like he doesn't have to play anymore to become a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. He has the rings. He has the numbers. So he has a great reason to retire.